We weren't supposed to find this planet by accident. We were sent here. No explanation, no detailed briefing, just coordinates. And one instruction: confirm the anomaly. That's all we had. No visuals, no prior scans, just a location in a region of space that had already been mapped, which made no sense, because according to every record, there was nothing here. And yet, as we approached, something appeared. A planet. Small, silent, completely stable. At first glance, there was nothing unusual about it. No storms, no radiation spikes, no visible activity. It looked normal. Too normal. So we did what we were sent to do. We landed. The landing was smooth. Too smooth. No resistance. No surface reaction. Even the dust didn't move. At first, we didn't question it. Everything still looked stable. So we stepped out. And that's when we noticed it. Movement felt off. Not heavier, not lighter. Just wrong. We ran a quick scan. The result came back instantly. Zero gravity. Completely absent. That didn't match what we were seeing. We were standing, walking, stable, which shouldn't have been possible. To confirm it, we performed a simple test. We released a small tool. It didn't float. It didn't drift. It fell. Straight down. Like gravity was there, even though it wasn't. We repeated the test. Different objects, different positions. Same result. Everything we dropped fell. But the readings didn't change. Zero gravity. No fluctuation. No variation. Nothing. We expanded the scan radius, checked the surrounding area, the surface, the air. There was no gravitational field, not even a weak one, which meant nothing should be pulling anything down. So we tried something else. We applied force, pushed an object forward. It moved normally. No resistance, no drag. Exactly how it should behave, in zero gravity. Until we let go. Then it dropped. Not pulled from above, not drifting sideways. Always down. The same direction, every time. We marked the angle, measured the path, tracked the motion. It was consistent. Too consistent. Like something was deciding where down is. We stopped treating it like an error. We started treating it like a system. Every drop was recorded, every movement tracked. Same result each time. Objects didn't just fall, they aligned. Always in the same direction, no deviation, no randomness. We marked the surface, placed indicators across different points, dropped objects from each location. Same outcome. Different positions, same down. That shouldn't happen. On any planet, direction changes with position. Here, it didn't. We extended the test range, moved farther from the landing site, repeated everything. No change. The direction stayed fixed, not relative to the surface, not relative to us. Fixed. We checked orientation, compared it with our position in orbit. Then we saw it. The direction wasn't random. It was pointing somewhere. Once we confirmed the pattern, we stopped testing and started moving. Every drop pointed the same way, so we followed it. At first, the terrain didn't change. Flat surface, no structures, no visible features, just direction. We marked our path, dropped objects as we moved. Same result, always pointing ahead. After a while, we started noticing something else. The ground wasn't completely flat anymore. Subtle changes, small variations in elevation, almost like everything was sloping, not randomly, in the same direction. We moved further. The slope became clearer, not steep, but consistent. Everything was leading somewhere. And then we saw it. A structure, far ahead, standing alone, right in the direction everything was pointing. It didn't look large from a distance, but as we got closer, its scale became clear. It wasn't a natural formation. The edges were sharp, defined, deliberate. No visible damage, no erosion, like it hadn't been there for long. Or like time hadn't affected it at all. We approached slowly. No movement, no sound. The ground around it was different, smoother, more uniform, and everything we dropped fell toward it. Not just down anymore, toward the structure from every direction. That's when we understood this wasn't random. This was the source. There was no visible entrance, no doors, no openings, just a solid surface. Until we got closer. The surface shifted. Not mechanically, smoothly, like it was reacting. An opening formed. No sound, no delay. It just allowed us in. Inside, everything changed. The structure wasn't empty. It was active. The space was larger than it should have been, extending far beyond what we saw outside. And the direction, it changed. Objects didn't fall straight anymore. They curved, always moving toward a single point, deeper inside. We followed it, step by step, until we reached the center. At the center, there was no machine, no visible core, no structure inside the structure, just empty space. And yet, everything was moving toward it. We released another object. It didn't drop. It curved, slowing as it got closer, until it stopped, suspended, at a fixed point, not touching anything, just held in place. We released more, same result. Objects weren't falling. They were being positioned. Every movement controlled, precise. This wasn't gravity. Gravity pulls everything equally. This didn't. It selected. Each object stopped at a different point, different distances, different positions, like something was arranging them, not pulling, placing. We didn't plan to leave that quickly. At that point, we still thought we were observing it, studying it, understanding it. Then we ran one final scan. not on the environment, on ourselves. The result didn't make sense. Our position data was changing. Not physically. We were still standing in the same place, but according to the system, we were being repositioned. Slowly, precisely, the same way the objects were. We checked again. Same result. The closer we stood to the center, the more the shift increased. It wasn't measuring us. It was adjusting us. That's when we stopped. No more tests. No more movement toward the center. We stepped back, slowly, carefully. The readings stabilized. We turned around and left the structure. No delay, no discussion. We returned to the ship immediately, initiated ascent. The planet didn't react. No signals, no changes, just silence. As we cleared the surface, I looked back. Everything was still there, unchanged. The structure, the terrain, and whatever was inside it, still placing things exactly where it wanted them. We sent the data, filed the report, and marked the planet "Do not return." Because whatever is on that world doesn't pull. It decides.